What a great weekend for the NBA. At the time of this recording, the ratings haven't been released for the playoff games over the weekend. I do have the play-in game ratings for you. We'll get to that in just a second, but it was a great weekend for the NBA in terms of the product on the court. I give the NBA hell on here all the time about the lack of competitiveness in the regular season. So it's only fair that I give them credit when things are good. Game one and damn near every playoff series this weekend was phenomenal. By the way, having fans back in the arenas, it makes all the difference in the world. I believe there were 14,000 fans in Madison Square Garden Sunday night for the Hawks-Knicks game. It was one of the best games of the weekend. The crowd was loud for 2.5 hours. They made the game. Now let's get to the Lakers for just 1 second, and then we're going to get into the ratings for the play-in tournament. I have been telling you guys for months that LeBron James and the Lakers are in trouble. Game one against Phoenix on Sunday, it just reinforced that point. If Chris Paul can stay healthy, I think the Suns are going to win this series. Now, that is a big if. It seems like every time the playoffs come around, Chris Paul gets hurt, stays on IR. Frank Vogel was whining after the game Sunday afternoon, basically calling Chris Paul a dirty player. LeBron James, he was at the free throw line, doing what he does best, missing free throws in the fourth quarter. He was going up for his own rebound after a missed free throw. Chris Paul goes in to box him out, and LeBron James just took a hard fall. That's all it was. That was it. Just a typical aggressive play. Happens all the time in the playoffs. Yet Frank Vogel wants to whine to the media and call it a dirty play. Give me a break. The only dirty play that I saw on Sunday was the play of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was god awful. That was a Paul George type of playoff performance. 13 points in 40 minutes. Anthony Davis, when healthy, he can put up 13 points in a quarter. He's a walking 25 and 10 player. This is why I have been saying that the Lakers are in trouble. They cannot win in the playoffs without a healthy LeBron James and AD. But don't worry if you're a fan of the Lakers, there's no need to be concerned. Alex Caruso says that they're going to be just fine. It's just going to take Anthony Davis a couple of games to get back to form. Dude, he has had 3 weeks to get back into form. A couple of games? If it takes Anthony Davis that long to get back, the Lakers are going to be staring at a 3-0 deficit in this series. LeBron James, he wasn't much better. LeBron and Anthony Davis combined for 31 points in game one. The Lakers cut the deficit 6-7 points in the fourth quarter. At that point, I was thinking that LeBron James is about to take over this game. Anthony Davis is struggling. This is the moment where LeBron James steps up, carries the Lakers to a win. Never happened. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Defensively, the Lakers are fine. They played great defense against Phoenix in game one. They're arguably the best defensive team in the NBA. They have so much size that they can throw at you. But this team is out of sync offensively, and they have been out of sync all season. I don't think Andre Drummond fits this team. Anthony Davis is a post player, and then you have Drummond down there just clogging the paint, getting in AD's way. The Lakers go on these scoring droughts that last 4 and 5 minutes sometimes, and it happens multiple times almost every game. The Lakers are in trouble, dude. They are in trouble. If Chris Paul can stay healthy, the Lakers are at high risk of being bounced in the first round. Now let's get into the ratings for the play-in games last week. ESPN and the NBA are trumpeting the success of the play-in tournament. And look, the ratings were pretty good. For one game at least, they were really good. But we are comparing this to the disaster ratings from last year and this regular season. So the NBA didn't have anywhere to go but up. As you guys know, the regular season this year has been disastrous for the NBA. The product on the court was god-awful. I don't expect playoff level competitiveness every night during the regular season, but it would be nice if we got that type of basketball at least twice a week. I mean, guys like Kawhi Leonard, they basically take the entire regular season off. The NBA aired 168 games during the regular season on ABC, ESPN, and TNT. They were down 25% in the ratings, averaged just 1.3 million viewers. Like I've said before, the NBA right now is less popular from a ratings perspective than professional wrestling. However, the play-in tournament did prove to be somewhat successful. LeBron James, who last year was trumpeting the play-in tournament as a great idea, a couple of weeks ago he said that whoever came up with the idea for the play-in tournament should be fired. Once again, LeBron James giving his opinion, and it's the wrong opinion. The play-in game between the Lakers and the Warriors last Wednesday night, which was one of the best games of the year in the NBA, averaged 5.6 million viewers. That is a 190% increase over the play-in game last year. Now, there are some claiming that this is proof that LeBron James is still a major draw for the NBA. That could be true. LeBron is one of the reasons that people tuned into that game last Wednesday. But I think the major draw in that game was Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry and the Warriors have been one of the best stories in the NBA all season. Now, obviously, the rivalry between LeBron and Steph Curry drew viewers in too. I made a video a few weeks ago making the point that the NBA should focus on building the league around Steph Curry instead of LeBron James. Steph Curry has largely stayed out of the woke politics. LeBron James, on the other hand, has ruined his legacy with his wokeness. Now, the other play-in games, the ratings, not so great. The NBA and the television networks, they're pumping them up like they were great. But I don't think 1.4 million viewers for the Hornets-Pacers game is a great number. I mean, that's barely above what they drew in the regular season. 2.5 million for Celtics-Wizards, I mean, that's okay. That's okay. It's decent. The NBA needs numbers approaching what the Lakers and Warriors drew Wednesday night. And don't give me this excuse that it's not feasible to expect that anymore because of streaming or whatever excuse the media likes to use when they're defending the NBA. We were given proof Wednesday night that the NBA still has the ability to draw an audience when it features players like Steph Curry that fans actually like and respect, that they care about. Now, I'm sure some tuned in to watch hoping LeBron James would lose, but we're about to find out if LeBron James is still a major draw. The next couple of months, or maybe the next couple of weeks if the Lakers can't make it out of the first round, but it's going to be interesting to see if LeBron James can still draw big numbers in the ratings. I have my doubts. The play-in game, that was a bit of a unique situation. It was a one-off, win and you're in type deal. LeBron James got the spike in the ratings there, but can he sustain that over a 7-game series? Can he sustain that type of number throughout the playoffs? I don't think he can do it. If this were the LeBron James of 10 years ago, there would be no doubt about it. But this is 2021 woke LeBron James. The same LeBron who has ran off over half the NBA audience since 2011. There is no excuse for record low ratings this year for the playoffs in the NBA. The NBA has nowhere to go but up. They have no competition on TV right now. They aren't going up against the NFL or the playoffs in Major League Baseball like they were last year. Most television shows, they are running reruns this time of year, especially once you get past Memorial Day. Major League Baseball, not really a ratings draw in the regular season. My point is, the NBA playoffs are one of just a very few options this time of year to watch on TV in terms of live sports. And besides Zion Williamson, all the major stars are in the playoffs. Yet I still have this feeling that ratings for the NBA playoffs are going to be very, very low. I actually think it would be a good thing for the NBA if LeBron was bounced early in the playoffs. Maybe the casual NBA fan that LeBron ran off with his wokeness would be willing to come back and watch, give the NBA a chance if LeBron was out. Hopefully, the ratings for the games over the weekend will be released today, and we will be able to get into that tomorrow. But for right now, it's time for you guys to let me know what you think. Did you guys watch the playoffs over the weekend? Or are most of you guys still boycotting the NBA? What do you think of the ratings for the play-in tournament? Do you think the NBA can maintain those type of numbers throughout the playoffs? Or was that just a one-time spike in the ratings? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.